Another thing that's usually overlooked when it comes to cooking is something to move the food around. Now, I've gotten this question before, and let me tell you, it blew my mind that someone thought to do this. They asked me, hey, Jerry, you keep talking about, this. I don't want to say it yet because, surprise. They said, hey, Jerry, you keep talking about eating this. This is very important, but why don't you just take your knife and just move it around in the skillet? No. Oh, sorry about that. No. No. Do not point the knife at the viewers, Jerry. No. Because you see, the problem with that is, see this skillet right here? This skillet, this is non-stick. Very nice material. However, it can scrape. It's not good. You don't want flakes of skillet in your food. And generally, if you use metal in a pan, the pan itself better be metal. Now, in a culinary setting, in a real kitchen, they use metal pans. They use metal forks to move stuff around. So yeah, people will ask, get a metal fork, just move it. No, not with these bad boys. With these bad boys, you use, boom, spatula. See it? Pretty. Because see in here, there's no scratchy, there's no scrapey, you can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. No scratchy, no scrapey, no problem. The spatulas generally are not that expensive. They're not. This one here is very nice. It's an OXO, and it's flame resistant up to 650 degrees. That's nice. But it is a little pricey. It's, I want to say $15. However, I got one last year when I just needed a spatula. I went to Walmart and I got one for $5.50. You can probably go online and get one for like 50 cents. The internet is incredible. You can find whatever you want on the internet. Just trust me. Be careful though. You buy a used one, you wash it and you wash it good. That's my personal opinion, because God knows if this person was professional, or God knows if this person cleaned it at all. Wash it. Wash it. Okay. So, I've shown you the knife. I've shown you the skillet. I've shown you the cutting board. And I've shown you the spatula. Now, these are all equipment. These are all things that will be stored, in an equipment setting. But there is one ingredient that you always need. Can you guess what it is? It's very, very important. I'm about to show you. Ready? Have you guessed it yet? If you said oil, you're half right. Because this is oil. This is olive oil. Specifically, it's actually basil olive oil, because I know a woman who makes all kinds of oils and all kinds of balsamic. She's amazing. But you don't necessarily need oil. That's why I said you're half right. Because you just need a fat. You need a good old fat to transfer the heat. Because the thing is, if you take your chicken thighs, or you take your chicken breast, or you take your pork, you take your anything, and you put it on a, I don't want to say dry, because oil is dry. If you just put it on a naked skillet, it'll burn, baby, burn. Oh my God. The first time I ever made anything, I was about 8 years old. And I wanted to make a hamburger. I've seen Daddy do it 100 times, Daddy molds them, and Daddy throws them on the thing, and then he lets it go sizzle, sizzle, and then he flips out, and it's really good. I want to do it. So I grabbed one of Mommy's skillets, put it on the stove. I could reach the stove. I may be short now, but I wasn't then. I know, confusing. And I just threw it on there. And I let it sit for, 5 minutes on the one side. And then, the thing was, There's another thing you don't do. I left. I actually left the burger. So that's not good. You don't leave the food. Remember that. You don't leave the food. There are some foods you can leave, but that's another ballpark. Generally, if you can avoid it, don't leave your food on heat. Just don't, because you want to monitor your food. You want to flip it correctly. You want to make sure each side's cooked correctly. You know, all that fun stuff. But I left, and when I came back, I saw smoke just bellowing everywhere. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And I went to it. I tried getting off the skillet. I couldn't get off the skillet. It was stuck there. It was burned onto the skillet. I know, horrible, right? So, the one thing I learned that day is you cannot have a naked skillet. You have to have some sort of fat, or you could use Pam. You can use Pam, you can use spray if you want, but if you really want your food to taste good, may I suggest a dab of olive oil and then a little bit of butter. Why a dab of olive oil and butter? Because if you put the olive oil down, you mix it around a little bit, and you put your butter on it, your butter won't burn. You won't get that brown, burnt butter that tastes nasty. Or you could use clarified butter, but again, another video. So, those are the 5 most important things you need. You need a knife to cut things with. You need a skillet to cook them in. You need a cutting board to cut the stuff on. You need a spatula to move inside the skillet. And you need some kind of fat to transfer the heat. Now there's one more thing that when I tell you it, it's gonna smack you in the face. You probably already know what it is, but I gotta say it anyway because you don't think about it. You really don't, because if you're growing up with mommy and daddy, you know, you always have this. You've always had it. And they've always used it, and you always used it if you cooked at home. But then when you come to a place like this, they don't have it, you think, wait, dang, I need that. You know what it is? Source of heat. That's right. You need a source of heat in order to cook. I know. Duh, right? I know, I must have insulted some of you. But some people really don't think about it. They don't. They really don't. Some people don't think, you know, the most basic thing you need is a stove or a grill or even a hot plate. But let me tell you, those hot plates are messy. They don't cook real well. My grandma, God bless her, my grandma is, to put it nicely, kind of slipping. And there was one day Gram left the stove on and didn't turn it off, and her house was full of gas. I mean, not so much that it killed her, because she's not dead yet, but enough so that when my Uncle Dennis went in and went, he smelled it. So there's a hot plate at my grandma's, and I've used it, and it's not bad. But it's very hard to judge when you're so used to using a real stove. It's very hard to judge. You know, how to do this, how to do that. You know, how long to cook this. Because I generally cook eggs 45 seconds. And that's another video. But I tried that there. They came out like soup. They came out like soup, and it was disgusting. So I generally don't cook at grandma's anymore. I eat cereal. But what can you do? So, congratulations. You are my first audience. You are my first YouTube video. You should feel very, very, I don't know. Up to you. If this video helped you, please like it. Please. Please, that would be awesome. If it didn't help you, can't help everybody. But I will be doing more of these videos. So, go right up there. Hit the subscribe button. I have no idea if I'm doing the right side, so I'll just do the other one too. Go right up there. Hit the subscribe button, and you'll see more of me. Now,